So in this game, we play as a criminal named Chaddington. What is his crime, you may ask? Well, that's a secret for now. Instead, we should be asking, how will we escape prison? I'll be going over how I went from being a nobody with nothing to my name into a trash gremlin hoarding everything I could get my hands on, with the cops being none the wiser. There's 9 inmates in total, including Chaddington, and we'll have to learn how to get along to get out of here alive from this horrible place. They say that this is the most comfortable prison in the country, but I'm not falling for that. I want out. So remember how I said we will have to learn to get along with everyone in order to escape? Well, what I really meant is that they were going to collect stuff for me, and by collect stuff for me, well, it's more like I'm collecting stuff from them. What? What are they gonna do to me? I'm already in jail. Wait, let me out of here. I'm sorry I stole. I won't do it again. Eventually they let me out though. And now for my grand escape, or should I say, escapist. At first I wanted to try and dig a tunnel underground to get out of the prison, but that didn't work out too well after realizing how much digging I needed to do. So I did the next best thing. I dug through the wall to a small walkway between the walls, where I could hide my illegal items. I hid the hole in the wall with a poster I made. I just had to hope nobody would come through my cell to investigate, because I had a secret weapon up my sleeve to deal with anyone coming by to snoop through my stuff. At first I was digging through the walls and floor with plastic spoons. I would go to the cafeteria and hoard like as many spoons and forks as I could get my grubby hands on, holding onto them like some sort of lame dragon guarding their pile of plastic like it's some treasure or something. But then, I discovered there were a ton more items you could craft in this game, either through finding notes from the inmates, or by cheating and use the power of the internet. You can figure out how to make tools out of random junk, and a whole lot of duct tape. Now how do you get all of these items you need in order to craft these tools for an easy escape? Well, you do tasks for the other people locked up with you, and in return, they give you money. Things like causing a distraction with the guards at certain times of the day, or just going to fetch an item that someone wants, an item that someone else usually has. You can just go and steal from other people's cells, and the guards will scold you but not do much else unless you're already on their bad side. It's kinda funny. They're like, hey man, you shouldn't really do that. I'm not gonna stop you or anything. I really don't get paid enough for this, but don't make me catch you again. I really don't want to have to do anything, but I will since it's my job. Well, probably anyways. So after doing all of these different tasks, you'll have the chance to have someone sell you something that you want. That's right, the chance, because there's only 4 things available to you at the start. Maybe even 8 if there's 2 people with stuff to sell. But it refreshes from time to time, so you'll just have to wait for the right items or steal them from someone else. But good luck finding what you need. All the good stuff is easier bought than being found. So after waiting 3 in-game days, I finally got all the items I needed to make the bolt cutters, only to find out Chaddington is kinda dumb, and he can't figure out how to make them, so he decides to go to the internet to learn how to become smarter. After leveling up my intelligence a bit, we get smart enough to learn how to craft what we need to escape. Here's the plan. I wait for night, when we are all in our cells for the rest of the night, which is exactly where I want to be, because behind my poster is a stash of all my goods I've traded for and stole, or possibly even crafted, including the bolt cutters I had made, and a police uniform that I had gotten from another inmate. I dig through the second wall and go outside to the chain link fence and cut through it. So close to freedom, I think. Next thing I know, I'm locked up again, having been caught trying to escape. Turns out there are snipers that will stay out till midnight, and I went outside a little too early. No problem, I'll just do it again, I think to myself. So a couple of in-game days later, I finally got all the tools I need, and then realized something. I need a second pair of bolt cutters because there's a stupid second chain link fence after the first. Bruh. This was not a problem, I thought to myself naively. I'll just come back the next night. Little did I know that RNG was against me. It took almost an hour to find the 3 things I needed to make another pair of cutters. I had so much supplies, I decided to start tunneling underground to hide all of my extra stuff because my chest was full and so was my hiding spot. Then there was a small scare. The cops told us whose turn it was to have their rooms searched. And my worst fear came true. They said it was my turn. I can't let them see my work, or it will have all been for nothing. I ran to my cell first and got my secret weapon. The weapon? A scalding hot cup of chocolate. It was still somehow warm enough after being left in its cup for multiple days. I ran out of my hiding spot and poured it on the guard's face, knocking him out instantly. This really is the best weapon in the game. It's just a pain to get everything to make it, and it's a single use only, so I try to save them for moments like this. Remember kids, always keep an emergency cup of hot chocolate by your bed in case someone breaks into your house. It just might save your life. Or in this case, it saved my week's work. Surprisingly, doing this didn't get me sent to the timeout room, and it also made them forget to check my cell, so I was in the clear for now. So there I was. It was the 11th night. I made it outside after midnight, the cops none the wiser due to the fact that I made a dummy out of pillows and blankets in my bed, so they didn't even know I was gone. I made it out and cut through both fences again, and that was it. I was free. Free at last. Until I was not. I have been caught again. My punishment? A higher security prison. This was not one of Chaddington's best moments. Until next time, where we see how Chaddington got out of the next prison he was thrown into, and maybe you'll even find out why he was arrested in the first place. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys like the series and subscribe. I'm trying something a little bit different. Goodbye.